Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here basically are discussing one of the topic that is city creation. City creation basically are discussing one of the topic that is India account. In India account basically we are discussing SBI account after Amazon account, then basically after 2 days basically the earthquake is ongoing. So that is the topic basically which is ongoing. That after 2 days basically in India big earthquake is going to happen. So that is the topic. So that is the topic basically which is ongoing. In this basically we are discussing about the lava icon. In Lava account, basically we have discussed 1 lakh project from 1 lakh software companies, from 1 lakh software company 10 crore projects, from 10 crore projects 100 crore child. So that 10 crore project basically was designed by whom basically? That is designed by set of rich people basically. So one person told that each and every people basically who are earning the money, they are from rich people only. They are money earning from rich people only. They believe they are only the basically one source. So one of the person basically asked the question from satellite. Sunil, basically you don't have any source, rich people basically. Then Sunil Rana told that if there might be source basically, then I might not be searching for job basically. When basically I went to Mumbai for job, that time also I have not got job. And when basically I went to Bangalore, that time also I have not got the job. That means I don't have any connection of rich people source basically. Otherwise, I might have got job long before basically. In this project basically, in this video basically, in last few 10-20 videos basically, we solved the problem of Bangalore city also. 100 years water basically is already given to the Bangalore city. You can just imagine 100 year means you can just imagine basically. Two generation basically will easily able to get the water. Easily able to get the water. Then basically within 100 years basically you can't reprocess the this same project as basically it was done by of 1 lakh company and 10 crore project. 100 year basically is too much basically. So Bangalore solution basically has done in this basically it might possible that few data basically of the mapping basically of the land basically underground land basically that might change basically, might change, but mostly basically will not change. Then also basically we can't say anything basically, because 100 year water basically you are dumping somewhere in certain places basically. It's not basically in one place basically, it's in many places basically. So 100 year data is created, and process is what basically that also we have discussed lots of basically. So here basically the question is only one basically. Sunil and Maya generation ended. But like this, basically, how many user stories are connected with the rich people? Basically, is that going to affect basically anything? Is anything basically going to affect? So that is also basically question. So that is also question. So one of the person told that if Bangalore city basically is facing this type of problem, this basically if one normal person basically like me basically can think up to this level. So basically, it's a Indian government basically. They have not thought that basically. That is also question, na, basically. They have not thought basically this. That means Bangalore city का मतलब अनाथ है. One person basically told that also basically. It's basically not a part of India. So that also basically is a question basically. It's not a part of India. That is basically different thing basically. When I basically went to Bangalore, I had not got the job. But that is basically just few people basically. You do few people basically. Why basically the entire Bangalore basically? I should basically will say that basically Bangalore city has got some big problem basically. If I basically will say anybody will say that basically Sunil you can solve this Bangalore city problem, then I will say that yes basically I can solve the problem. But I don't have in my hand basically. I basically will separate my problem basically that was I have not got the job in Bangalore city. I given the resume in many companies basically of software company which are basically in many infotech park. I have not got the job basically. That is different thing basically. But anybody will say that basically Bangalore city basically will die this that each and everything. Then basically I will forgive everything basically. But that thing basically always will be there basically that Sunil R. Nair basically when he visited Bangalore city he basically has not given the job basically. That will be a lifetime basically. It will be always there basically in the energy of Bangalore. And that is basically one thing. But that basically I basically forget. But the energy basically which has generated that will never get out from Bangalore. That will never ever get out basically from the Bangalore. That is the main thing basically. I basically my body basically my brain basically got forget. But that energy which has generated that has generated from blood cells, from human cells basically, from human soul cells, because daily basically one human soul cells basically gets activated. Today मेरा आत्मा जो है वो कौन सा है in my body basically which atma basically is ongoing, so daily atma changes basically. So that time basically when basically I was in Mumbai for 6 months, within that 6 month period basically, which blood cells basically was inside my body basically, which was connected as a atma daily basically, daily different basically atma gets connected. So that atma basically got problem basically. In that basically, that energy basically will always be there basically. That Bangalore city has not given the job. Sorry, Bangalore software company has not given the job. Why basically entire Bangalore city should take into this? Why basically entire Bangalore city should say take basically? That is also question basically. So that is different thing basically. That basically we forget. So here basically Bangalore problem solved basically. That is 100 year water basically has dumped into the land basically through this project. Now basically the user stories will get connected. Like when the Bangalore city is basically is going to have the water, because this lava data basically was created by Mumbai city. So Mumbai city has created Bangalore city land basically. Sorry, water basically. Same way basically Bangalore city also basically will get one chance basically. So they will also create the water basically for Mumbai. Today basically what is my Atma data? Nobody in this world basically can track. Basically. So that's why basically some invisible power basically is there inside the body, each and every parts. That basically you can never able to track that. That means somebody is there basically in this world who is running the world. Sometime basically Earth planet is moving this side. Suddenly basically Earth planet move that side. Why basically? Because somebody is there na basically who is controlling the Earth planet entire. He is controlling why basically Earth planet? He want to save the Earth planet. Otherwise basically why he will change the direction. Then basically he again came back to the other direction. So like this, Earth planet is also basically there. So here basically the thing is basically that 100 crore child basically generated. In that 100 crore child, the user story generated. User story was one user story was because each and every rich people basically, for example, 10 crore rich people basically I have taken. They are connected with the each and every single human basically. I'm telling you basically. So they are playing the very dangerous role basically. I'm telling you, the rich people basically, and the rich people basically. Example I have taken it basically. One person, he basically have four child, two daughter and one two boy. In that one boy, basically he was connected with 18 cities. So 18 cities basically was giving energy to that particular person. So like this, basically how many crores child basically are there? There are basically 10 crore rich people basically. 10 crore rich people basically. So 10 crore rich people basically, there is no one rich people basically who basically taken the initiative basically when basically I was in Bangalore. That is also a question basically. When basically Sunil Arnar basically was visiting in Mumbai, that time basically there was not a single rich person basically who taken the initiative of Sunil Arnar. That is also a question because everything energy has generated already basically. That's why basically energy has already generated in the environment, and that is going to convert to the lava basically. That is going to convert to the lava. So when basically the child generation process will start basically, that time this all basically data is going to connect. So one of the person told that, so currently basically whatever situation basically is ongoing, that is also basically might be connected with the previous group basically who generated the lava. So like this basically the first earth planet basically generation, when the earth planet started first time basically, and first generation basically started the user stories, their struggle life, they enjoy life, this life, those life, that basically has converted into lava, that has dumped into the some land area basically. That power data basically still basically is ongoing. So one of the person told that basically Sunil Lara, your story basically is connecting to what basically? Your problem basically is connecting to what basically? Your story basically is connecting to what? So that basically problem basically has given to the satellite group basically. They will check basically what to finish and what to not finish, which area to finish and which area not to finish. But mostly basically, I am not rich person, so satellite group basically will not take interest on this basically. If I would be rich person basically, then satellite group also basically might be taking interest basically. But there is no basically value of poor people basically in this world. So I basically am poor. So there is no value of Sunila Nair. 10 crore rich people basically that basically they basically have value, but they have not helped the Sunil Nair. Why? Because if they might have helped, then basically when I visited to Mumbai, that time basically I was supposed to get job. When basically I visited Bangalore, that time I was supposed to get job. That means Indian rich people basically they have not helped Sunil Nair. Indian rich means next generation group, next generation and current generation. That also you can say. So they not helped Sunil Nair. Due to that, basically Sunil Nair basically came back from Mumbai to India. Came back from India to Vadodara city, Bangalore to Vadodara city, and still basically I am not getting job in Vadodara city. So that means Vadodara rich people basically are not helping Sunil Nair. That also basically is going to connect to lava data basically one day basically. And when basically the child process basically will happen basically that time basically the data is going when basically Sunil Nair basically data basically was removed by the Microsoft told that basically why we have removed Sunil Nair data because his Nasbandi has done and his generation is also ended, and if he will get the money na basically then he will do the marriage, and that time basically he will get tracked basically that bhai iska why basically is not getting father basically. That time basically he will do or go to the doctor, and that time basically the doctor will say that bhai you have done Nasbandi basically. Then Sunil Narnar will say that no basically I had not done Nasbandi. That time basically the user story will connect what basically. That Sunilar Nair generation ended. There is no next generation of Sunilar Nair. So Sunilar Nair basically life ended by one group. So that user story has assumed that basically from that 100 crore child which is going to generate, was going to generate, first basically Bill Gates has added that data of Sunil Larner, then basically he removed that data. In that removing basically he, because whenever basically satellite group removes the data, they basically have to add the why reason basically why data was removed. So in that basically they will add this data that due to first family generation basically, first due to some problem basically happened in Mumbai city. Sunil R. Nair basically AIDS also happened and Nasbandi was also done. So in this basically what anything is going to happen basically, that only time is going to tell basically. That when that 100 crore child will get the process basically, that time when Sunil R. Nair data will come, that time basically what is going to happen. So for that basically satellite group basically got very serious about this topic. They basically told that basically where is Mumbai land? They basically literally asked because they don't know the basically what is Mumbai, where is Mumbai. Because Sunil Nair basically told this happened in Mumbai land basically. So they basically told that basically where is this Mumbai land? Because there is no map of Mumbai only basically. There is no map of Mumbai because half of the area basically is in near between the sea basically. So that basically is the map basically. So one of the person told that if you want to track Mumbai, then basically few people says that where basically big rich people basically stay, that land is Mumbai. If you want to track basically, if you want to track where basically the big software companies are there, that is Mumbai. If you want to track basically where is Mumbai, then basically big luxurious apartment basically are there in that city basically. That is basically Lower Parel. I think Lower Parel and Mahalakshmi and Mumbai Central. That is basically Mumbai. So Mumbai basically is the highest, tallest land, tallest building basically, which is having, which is having the tallest building. So one of the person told that if you want to track basically where is Mumbai, then basically you can easily able to track. So one of the person basically asked the question: Is there any magnetic way basically to track basically Mumbai? Is there any magnetic way basically? That is basically Mumbai energy. That data basically the satellite group basically have. So easily they can be tracked basically where is Mumbai land. So here basically I'm in really basically my generation was not ended. My I basically don't have AIDS. So this everything basically is not done basically. My I have not done the murder case also, and I have not done any murder also. So that basically case basically is not ongoing also. So here the topic is what basically. Here basically we want to discuss that basically whatever user stories basically what once it has generated that has dumped into the lava, and that comes outside after a certain time in the form of power data. So currently whatever power data we are getting, that is coming from the land data, but directly basically it's not coming. It's coming from the nuclear power company, energy company, and the power company. They are basically giving data. They are collecting data of periodically. It might be 1 week, it might be 5 days, it might be 7 days, it might be 2 days. Data they collect and then basically they give the data to each and every house because it's very dangerous to store the data also basically. One person told that basically हम 10-15 दिन का data ले लेते 10-12 दिन का, that is very dangerous basically. If you are taking that basically then you are basically playing with the universe. Lots of people says that we will take the data of entire power supply for 10, 15, 17 days, 20 days. That will be very dangerous, and that will create problem in future to Earth planet and then to galaxy. Lots of people says that if you create something basically, then basically you have to design something. Lots of people says that transformer is there basically. Transformer is there. Then many things the electronic group has prepared. Who are the ME groups and MTech group basically. They have prepared the stuff, no? Because by chance basically the power supply, power data basically when they were taking that time basically from the land basically, that time suddenly basically something happened, then basically that will create a big problem basically. The whole world basically entire country will, that is the India country will get in trouble. That is would be the blackout in India. This has never happened basically. This has never happened in India, that is blackout in India. From universe basically you can see the lights in India. India map basically you can see in night basically as a light. There is no basically in this world, in the entire life basically I think blackout has never happened in India. Why? Because India power supply chain basically are up to that powerful. They basically always keeps the data in buffer. So lots of people says that transformer is there, then many equipments basically are there, which keeps the data of monthly also. That also basically might be checked also. Then also basically, then only basically they have done that. But that is very dangerous basically, because to keep any of the power data, that is very, very dangerous. Why? Because they keeps on doing process, keeps on doing process, keeps on doing process, keeps on doing process, keeps on doing process. So here basically what is the lava department basically lava data is doing? They are generating the 100 crore child data. So that is keeps on doing process, keeps on doing process, keeps on doing process. So one of the person told that when their process basically will get end, and when they basically will give the signal basically that my land process basically has done. So that is question basically. So in next video basically we are going to see that topic basically. When land will say that basically my process basically has done, now basically you can start the power supply data.